So did you clean up your mess that you made?
Yeah. Took me a while. There are a lot of layers.
Yeah, you're always making a mess.
That's true.
So I was thinking, and this is weird. I know this is
Okay.
strange, but I was thinking when I was imagining you cleaning up your 7 layer dip that is
Hmm.
all over the floor, I
All over.
also was thinking about how a 7 layer dip is kind of
Mhm.
like diversity.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
All
Because
right.
because we are made up of so many different pieces of our identity.
All
And
right.
for some of us, some of those pieces mean more or less than they do to others. Kind of like in a dip, there are
Mhm.
some things that we'd rather have more of or less of, but we still have them because it's the 7 layer dip. It's like essential to the dip's essence. Just like
Okay.
layers are essential to our own being, who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I kind of know what you mean. Like, okay, if we took the dip before I dropped it all over my floor, um, you would say that like age, like the number of times you've been around the sun, right? Like age would be like the sour cream.
For me, yes. Because I don't
Okay.
want that number to go up. I don't want it to go
Right.
down, but I do not want it to go up. And for
Okay.
you, it's already way up there. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, like I've gone past the point of please don't go up. I'm just like, this is going up and we must learn to deal with it.
Yeah.
I got you.
And
Okay.
there are other layers like race and ethnic background.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, so let's see. If we had age and race and ethnic background, I guess you could always say, also say like sexual orientation would be in there.
Yes. And gender identity, the way
Ooh.
someone feels about who they are. You also
Right.
have ableness, the things you have the capacity to do or think of.
Yeah.
Um,
Socioeconomic status should probably be in there. Like,
big word.
yeah, like the status. So like you and your family, education, job, income, like all of those pieces that kind of work together. I feel like that would be a big layer.
Yeah. And then you probably also have like religion or non-religion, faith, non-faith, like whether you believe or not in some sort of, I don't know, spiritual being. Either
Right.
or is a part of who you are or your family's makeup. And so I was thinking, you have a 7 layer dip, but there's also like a 7 layer diversity dip where we all have each of these things. And for some of us, some of those things mean more or less.
Yeah.
Um, Kind of like for me, the sour cream, don't want it, but it's
No,
there. My age, I don't want it to go up, but it's there.
it's
Um,
there.
and I think some of those things change as well. I was thinking about when you said race and ethnic background,
Yeah.
race being like, how would you describe it?
I would say like race would be closer to like physical traits, like and that could be different for like the way you think of your race and the way other people think of your race. But your ethnic background would be like your culture and like where your family's from and like what kind of food did you cook and like where are your people from. Like
Huh.
to me, and sometimes those things are like similar or the same, but sometimes they can be really different. So I could see for some people that would be like a really big layer of their 7 layer dip. But for other people, if it works together, maybe that's a small layer.
And I was thinking for me, that layer used to feel really messy. And I was thinking about when you spilt your dip all over the floor. Like for
Yeah.
me, that was a dippity dip mess in my life when I was a young person, my race and ethnic background. And now it is part of my dip that I want the most of, something that I continue to learn about and I continue to go to. And if I were to dip my chip in there, I'd want a big chunk of that. Um,
Right.
and that also got me thinking about our identity and how things change, the way we see ourselves and the way we're perceived changes over time. And just like the pieces of our dip, some things feel more important at certain points of our lives than others. uh,
Yeah. I
I
think
don't,
if both of us filled out that identity web, like as middle schoolers, it's going to look totally different. And different parts of the dip may be emphasized just because that's where we were in our lives. It doesn't mean it's like wrong. It's just you change and you grow. So
like if,
your dip changes and grows.
And if I was in middle school, I don't think my identity web would include my socioeconomic status. Like I wouldn't have said, oh,
Yes.
my family doesn't have a lot of money. I would not have put that out in the open for others to see. But now it's something like, okay, that's just kind of where we were at. Um,
Yeah, and it's been an integral part of making you who you are.
yeah. So I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking while you were cleaning up the mess that was on your floor.
Well, it sounds awesome. Intriguing and a little weird, but awesome. And I'm going to assume that the only reason why you didn't come down to help me clean up my mess was because then we would both have to be masked and 6 feet apart. And
Sure.
that's obviously why I cleaned it up by myself, right?
Exactly. And I was just so lost in my awesome thoughts, and you usually
Right.
awesome, not me. So I was just feeling that vibe, and I didn't want to
Yeah,
ruin it. So,
obviously. Yes.
all right, good chat.
All right.
Bye.
Later.